G'day folks, I'm in the little town of Glen in New South Wales. Now Glen is the Celtic capital of Australia, hence the Stonehenge behind me here. But it's also the home of a very rare and very elusive species called the Glen Gongalope. Now the Gongalope is not actually a native Australian species, it's actually a crossbreed. It's a cross between the Scottish haggis and the Australian kangaroo fox. Now where it first came from was a Scottish couple by the name of Hamish McNugget and his wife Suckme. They actually came down here in 1886 and they brought with them 6 haggis from Scotland as pets and to remind them of home back in the Scottish Highlands. Now Hamish, unfortunately, he passed away during the Great Emu War of 1911, and his wife Suckme McNugget, she ended up going back to Scotland. She was quite devastated, but before she left she actually let her 6 haggis loose. And those 6 haggis ended up becoming wild and ended up crossbreeding and breeding with the native Australian kangaroo fox, giving us the Gongalope. Now what a Gongalope is, it's an animal about the size of a rabbit. Okay, but it's got 2 legs longer on one side than it does on the other, and it gives it the ability to run around the hills quite easily. Now they end up breeding up into quite large populations, and local Celtic people realise that they're actually quite tasty. They taste just like haggis, so they used to hunt them. And the way they used to hunt them is one guy would actually chase the haggis around the hill. They'd have another guy hiding behind a rock or behind a bush, and as the Gongalope came around the corner, the guy would jump out and go boo and scare the Gongalope. The Gongalope would get frightened, it would turn around, but it'd be lopsided because it's got 2 longer legs on the wrong side of the hill, so it'd actually tumble down the hill. Then they'd have a third guy waiting at the bottom of the hill with a special Gongalope catching basket. He'd catch the Gongalope, they'd take it back, skin it and eat it, and they're quite a delicacy. Now, due to hunting pressure, they ended up virtually wiping them out. They're very, very rare nowadays. And one of the main reasons they're so rare is because they only breed on one day of the year, and that's the first day of April, which is actually today. Okay, so I'm actually up here in the hills of Glen looking out, see if I can hopefully see the breeding habits and the mating habits of the Glen Gongalope. So when you come to New South Wales and you come to Glen come up and check out the Stonehenge, and as you're driving around, keep your eyes out on the hills. You might get a glimpse of the very rare, very elusive Glen Gongalope. Ask any Aussie, they'll tell you.